Hey guys, and welcome back to another customization tutorial. We are here with a project already open, in this case the photo frames gallery, and we are going to take a look at the overall customization of this project and how easy it is to place your own photos and text and so on. So first of all, let's just take a quick look at the organization of the template. Of course, this is once you finish the project, the file that or the composition that you want to render in 180p. Of course, you can customize this and render it in lower quality if needed, but as a standard 180p. And then we have the placeholders, which is what matters most to us. And if we open it up, we will have the photos and frames, and inside photos and frames we will have all we need to customize at least the basic of the project, which we will cover next. And then lastly we will have the scenes, which are the ones that you are seeing here, and we will take a look at this as well. And then finally we have assets and the solids used in this particular project. Okay, so let's start with the texture. So by default it comes with this texture, but you can of course change it. And if you open up the composition, you will have this texture over here with the size of 3500 by 3500, and of course you can bring your own texture inside. I'm not going to bring any texture, but I'm just going to create a solid just so you see how easy it is. If you replace with your own texture, you will have the whole project with a different color and well, a different texture, which is the point of this feature. Okay, so that being said, let's remove the solid and leave it as default. Very nice and clean texture, which inside the project you will have the link to the texture and many others that you might want to use and download it for free and use. Okay, so secondly, let's go to the photos. Let's open this placeholder here. So photo number 1 is the only one that is different from all the others, which is not enabled by default. It's this one here, and by default I've got a few message here on this frame, as you can see. Let's take a look how you can enable it if you want a photo instead of the texts, or if you want a photo plus the text. So first of all, let's go right click, replace footage file as usual. Let's select our preview picture over here, and when we open, don't forget to disable, if you have this enabled, JPEG sequence, disable it so you don't import all of them to just one placeholder, which sometimes it happens. Let's open it up. Now we have the photo, but we don't have enabled here. So we can browse and go to the photos comps, or we can just right click and then reveal in composition photo 1, layer 1. And in this case we will have the photo enabled here. We can enable it, and if we go back to our project, we will have our photo here. Of course, in this case we will only have the photo itself, so no messages. Let's just take a brief look how we could change this. So if we go to our frames, which is step 4, and if we go to our frame 1, just double click on it, and you will see that photo 1 is the first to appear. If you drag the photo 1 beneath, you will have now texts as well. And you can do something else, which is bring message 1 to the top. And let's say that you want to put it at second 3, roughly, or not roughly, exactly second number 3. And let's say that we want to change the animation of this, so let's click position 10 frames, which is what I used as a guide for all of them. And so we have the final position. Let's say that we want it to come from below, and right click so we can give an ease so it looks better. And in this case, this one is not with the motion blur. Let's turn it on so it looks better. And now if we close this in photo 1, we will have Let's open it up again and delay this a little bit. Okay, so we can have a little bit more time with the photo, and then it comes the first message, and then the second, and then the third. So this is the only photo that it's disabled by default. Anyway, as you can see, it's very easy to enable it and use it as your primary photo, or just leave the text and use it, well, decide how you want to use. So I'm going to close this frame, I'm going to leave it as it is, and we're going back to the photos. So all the other photos, all you have to do is right click, replace footage file, and select your file. I'm going to use the ones that I've used on the preview. As you can see, they're very small preview pictures, so we will have to change the size. So right click, replace footage file, just choose, I've got mine numbered, but you don't have to have your pictures numbered. Just go to your favorite album and choose the one that that you want, and number 4, number 5. Okay, and while we're at it, let's change number 6. Of course, you don't need to browse the project, but I'm just showing that immediately when you replace it, you will have your photo in place. So number 6 and number 7, number 8, and number 9. Okay, so we've got the pictures enough for these two scenes, and this will be enough for this customization process. All you have to do is replace all the others, and there you go. So next step is go to our photos comps, and let's open from 1 till 9. Yeah, 1 till 9, holding shift and double clicking. And once we open photo 1, it's okay, we're gonna leave it like this. Photo 2, I'm gonna scale way up. In your case, you might need to do the inverse, because if you are using pictures from DSLR, for example, you will have a huge picture and you will have to decrease the size to fit the comp. As you can see, the comp is 1250 by 1875, which is a good size to display in Full HD. So let's move on and press S for scale once again and increase it. S for scale once again, increase it. And again, that's why I'm not going to do all the photos, because as you can see, it's a bit of a boring process for you to watch me do this to all the pictures. And of course, you can play around with them and select the position that you want. With high resolution photos, you can do a lot. S for scale once again, and let's go for our last one here, for example. There we go. So you can close all of these. Okay, and we have our first two scenes all set up. So as you can see, the basic, it's very easy, fast to customize, and there we go. So regarding photos, this is it. Of course, you can play around and add more photos, which is not difficult at all. If you see the project structure, everything is organized and clean, so you have a better experience regarding that. So now let's take a look at the messages. So the first message that we have is Photo Frames Gallery, which is the title of our project, and if we double click on it, we will have the text and the version of After Effects required. Of course, CS5, CS6 and CC are all, also compatible, so it was made on CS4 just to be able to arrange more versions of After Effects. So if you still work with CS4 as I do, you can use it in CS4. If you just start using and you no longer have access to CS4, you can just subscribe CC and you'll be able to work with it. So let's cut off the chit chat, and if we double click on the first text here, let's say that we want to change this to my new title. Okay, so let's do something here, increase the font of the title, give it a little bit more space so it looks okay, and let's select my new, and of course increase it until we have nice effect here. We probably could increase a little bit more, but let's leave it as it is. For tutorial only. Okay, something like that. Nothing very creative, but enough for what we're trying to achieve here, which is show you how easy it is to customize the project. And let's give it this space like this. Okay, here we go. So we have new title, new subtitle, our main title. Let's bring it up a little bit, and so we can change this background here. Just go to layer, select the solid, go to layer, solid settings, and let's select a new color. Let's go crazy and select a pinkish, something like this. Okay, so once you have this done, your message is already placed in the placeholder, and of course all you have to do is change the others, as you can see here, and this is it for this part. So regarding messages, this is it. Now, one option that you might want to do is, if you don't want to use messages like I'm using here, and let's say that you pretend to use more pictures and less text, one thing that you could do is, if you go to message 1, as we have here, and let's close this just so we can have more room, and I'm going to bring a photo directly from my other screen, just drag it in, place it here, and I'm going to create a Z, so it's the last one, new photos. Okay, and I'm going to place this here just to keep everything organized, and let's say I'm going to bring this photo here, and of course I'm going to scale. This was not a good choice as photo. Let's bring this one instead. Okay, and let's press S for scale, and here we go. So instead of a message, now we have a picture. So if we scroll, okay, so we have the picture instead of our message. This means that the project as standard has 123 pictures, but if you use the messages instead, or if you use photos instead of the messages, you will have an extra 33 photos to display. So that's around 156, if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3 plus 33, 156, yeah. Without messing around with the project, of course, you can customize it to increase the number of photos. So let's go back to our message. I don't want to see the picture, I want the actual message, and we can leave it as it is right now. So here we go, we have the first picture and then the text, and we go. Okay, so regarding the messages, all you have to do is, after you've got all your pictures and you start scrubbing the project and see your messages, just go to the board. If you are not sure which one it is, if you select, you will see a preview here. As you can see, it's very easy to identify. Just double click on a message and select the text once again and replace it according to the photos that that you have on the screen and the proposal of the text that you have. Okay, so there's one scene that has something particular, which is this one. It has a text over here for a message on wall. And to do so, to change this text or to disable it, the easiest way is to go to the scene itself. And you can browse on the scenes here and see scene 2, or you can go directly on the project and just double click. And you will see the scene right over here. So regarding the test, you can disable it if you don't want, and just bring another photo if you like, or you can double click and change it as you change any other text. My new text. Okay, so something like this, and let's decrease this a little bit, and let's increase this one like so, and bring it below a little bit. Okay, so now we have our new text here, and of course it's optional. You can disable it and bring another well, go crazy with your imagination, bring another asset and place it there, or just duplicate a frame and place it here with a different photo, which will work fine as well. Okay, so we have seen how to change the text and the photos, messages, frames. Okay, so regarding the frames, just a brief explanation. We already worked with frame number 1. Let's work with frame number 6, which is this one. And if we open it up, you'll see that we already have a few animations here. Okay. And let's suppose that you want to make or to create a new animation. And if you select all of these and press U, you'll see all the keyframes over here, so you have an idea. And in this case, it's a bit difficult to insert anything else because it's already with a lot of layers. But if you go to frame 7, we just have one photo, it's static, which is this one over here. So let's pretend you want to put something else over here, and let's say that whether you want to place a picture or you want to place a well, let's do something else. Let's go to the scene where we haven't changed anything yet. Okay, let's go to scene 3, and in here we will have frame 8. So let's open frame 8, which is this one here, and we have this small animation here, and let's pretend we want to place just another picture right here. So we can just create, or you can directly create or bring a picture. Let's select the picture here and bring it here. This is the quickest way, of course, but you can create a new placeholder to bring the composition over here, but just not too overcomplicating it. Just bring the photo here. I'm gonna scale it to the position that I want, and let's say that, so this one appears here. Let's say that you want to add this one. Let's open position with a B, 10 frames, roughly 25. Okay, let's modify this one here to go to the top. Let's just apply an easy ease. And motion blur. Okay, so now we have a new picture. Probably the timing will not be the best, but as you can see, you'll have the transition, and then text comes in and a new picture comes in place. So you can play around. You have endless features that you can use. It's just a matter of using your own animation creativity with the animation features of the project, and you will have a totally different project here. So now let's say that because all the basic customization is done, the texture, the photos, how to adjust them, the texts, use a text or use photos, or disable them if you don't want, play around with the frames so you can get a better advanced customization. And then we have the scenes that you already seen that can be played around. And let's check one more thing here. Let's see scene number 4, for example. If you go to camera control, you'll see you have 2 keyframes only, but you can go crazy and animate this differently, so you will have a bigger movement. And of course you can give different camera animations here and play around with it, so you can get exactly what you need for your project. So as you can see, a lot of resources ready for you to work with. One more quick thing is, let's say that you don't want this one as your second scene. You want this one as your second scene. So you've got everything set up, but you decided, hey, this would look better on the beginning. So all you have to do is select the scene, bring it on top so you can organize it better. Bring this one here, and you will have to bring this one here. And to keep it organized, let's put scene here, whoops, here. And as you see, very easy to change the order. And of course you can create your own project. Let's new composition, and let's use HDTV 180p at 30 frames. So we have here new tut, and after you've got your, or at the beginning, doesn't matter. Let's say you don't want to start with scene number 1, you want to start with scene number 4, and of course we forgot to change the timing. Let's put here 2 minutes and decrease this. Okay, so scene number 4, and then scene number 8, and scene number 11, and scene number 3. So you can change everything. Let's make this a different color. So you can change everything in the project. Everything is modular, so you will have no problems whatsoever changing the project. And imagine that you just want to use 4 scenes because it's enough, and you want a shorter intro, so in this case 50 seconds, or if you can go shorter, but just press N to trim, right click, trim contour area, and you can render this as your project just with a few pictures. So you can make a lot of rearrangements and have a totally different project from what you see in the standard one, which was the one that I created and made it ready to be as most as possible easy to work with, and spend as possible the less time customizing, and enjoy more time watching the numbers of your views and the comments of your public. Let's just check if I'm not forgetting anything. At least the basic. You of course know that if you have any questions, just drop me a line and I will do as best as I can and as fast as I can, as usual, to help you. But this is it: replacing photos and adjustments, edit text or disable, changing the background, shorten the project. Yeah, to extend the project, the process is the same, so no, doesn't matter to waste more of your time. And rearranging the scenes. Yeah. So guys, this is it. Hope you are enjoying the template. If you have it already, if you haven't, there's the link below, so you can go and grab it. Hope you have fun with it, and hope you have a lot of success with this template, with your own pictures and customizations. And as always, my name is Roberto George. Don't hesitate and drop me a question if you have any, and I will do as fast as always the support to you, answering any question that you have. Okay, so have a really nice day. My name is Roberto George, and bye bye.